beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food, plant-exclusive, SOFAs-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. SOFAs is salt, oil, flour, alcohol, and sugar-free, plus no gluten. And today I thought I'd bring you along to make some breakfast using millet. Today, I thought I would bring you along. We're gonna make some millet cereal, hot millet cereal, and I'm gonna try it two ways. One is gonna be in the Instant Pot, and the other way is gonna be on the Stovetop. And so the first thing I'm gonna do is use organic millet. Millet is a tiny little seed here. It's a little grain. And my finger is stained blueberry a little bit. So let's look at this one. And it just looks like little tiny circles or little pearls. And it can be ground up and made into flour, but we're gonna keep it whole. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my painter's bag. I'm gonna put a cup of millet in there, and I just wanna rinse it over the sink, wash it off really good, and get it ready to start cooking. I like using a painter's bag because it's just easier for me with the tiny, little pieces of grain here that it won't go through. Sometimes when you use a colander or some kind of, piece like this, it doesn't hold. It will go through. So anyways, here I am. I used my painter bag, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this, and I am going to put it in, let's see, I guess we'll put it in here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a stovetop. The reason I decided to do two is because I wanna see with you, does it change the texture? Because I know when I cook millet in the Instant Pot, it's usually more like a rice, right? Like, it's not very wet. It's more like a rice. And I'm kind of wondering, because it's been a while since I cooked it over the stove, if I have more control to make it more of like a porridge type of wet. And so I thought, well, let's do it together. And so anyhow, I've got a cup in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour 2 cups of water in there and put this on the stove. And I'm gonna be watching this and stirring this as we go. Now, I also talked about, let's put it in the Instant Pot. So here's the millet. This is the millet that I use. It's one that I get at my natural grocer. They sell it all over the place. And so I'm gonna do another 1 cup. Let me measure that. Oh, I'm almost out here, huh? And it's not a perfect measurement, but you get the idea. And so I'm gonna go ahead and, well, let's see. I wanna show you. Oh, look at that. So for this grain, this would actually work to use this. It didn't really go through. So, okay, let's mix it up. So we use the painter's bag, and now we'll rinse it in this little guy. This small strainer, you have to be a little bit more careful, because if the water is a little bit too high, it can go over. Whereas within the painter's bag, you have a little bit, more control, I guess. So regardless, here we go. I rinsed it, so you can do it either way. I've got my Instant Pot, and I'm gonna just move it over here and plug it in. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and measure about 1.5 cups of water, clean filtered water, and put that in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the cup of millet. Oh, I'm so glad that didn't go through. Surprise myself, I do that often. And And for the Instant Pot, I'm also going to add a banana. I'm not going to add a banana to the one on the stovetop because I want to be able to not have it be sweet in case in case I want to use it for something else like that, and I don't want it to be a sweet undertone. So you don't have to use a banana. You could use a banana. It really doesn't matter, but I really like banana milk, and that's just taking a banana and some water and blending it in the Vitamix or whatever kind of blender you have and pouring it in place, you know, as part of the water that we used. But I'm just going to go ahead and place the banana in there. I might mash it up a little bit. You don't have to, but let's see. I'll just mash it up a little bit, kind of mix it in the water, and then we're going to start the Instant Pot. Now I'm going to go ahead and let it cook for 9 minutes. And there we go. This looks pretty blended up, I think. What do you think? You know, because we can mix it later too. So let me grab the lid. 11 o'clock, lock it in place. I'm going to seal it, and then I'm going to turn it on power. And this, I'm going to go up to 9 minutes that I spoke about. It's already on normal and it's on high pressure. We're going to wait till we hear the beep, and then so it's telling us, yes, we heard what you want us to do. We're going to go ahead and start. And so in the meantime, I'm going to keep checking on the stovetop version, and then I'm going to prepare some fruit and get it ready for when we're ready to eat. Now this is already, let me bring it over to you and show you. This was already starting to come to a boil. And this won't take too long to cook, but when I took it off, the boil went away, but I'm gonna also turn the flame down a little bit because now I know that it's hot. And I just also wanna make sure to have the lid a little bit tilted because that will help from it going over and like boiling over. So anyways, I've got all kinds of things here. I've got some fresh organic blueberries. I've got some fresh, blackberries, gosh, I love berries, and some strawberries, which we've already gotten into, but there's still plenty here. And I also am going to use some, I've already put them in a cup here. I also have some thawing out wild blueberries. And the difference between the wild blueberry and our more traditional berry is a lot, actually. And the wild blueberry stains, so I won't hold it in my hand. Well, maybe I will. I'll just do that for you guys. Let me grab one of these guys just to show you. So first of all, the size is different. And if you cut into these, they are different inside too. The wild blueberry is dark through and through, and the traditional blueberry, it's not as dark. It's more of a clear, and the outside is got the darker skin. And so they're great. They're full of antioxidants, and so I'm going to use them both today. And so let me go ahead and rinse my hand. Oh, it didn't stain too bad. And I do want to show you the inside of this one. So let me cut this in half. See, you can see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just grab one of these. Tiny, tiny. There you go. And hopefully you can see that. I'm going to try to hold it up better for you. Maybe I'll put it on in a little cup or something. Yeah, this is white, so you'll be able to really see it. And so I just want to show you the difference inside. You see that? You can see, whoops, that guy went flying. And so there is a visual difference and nutrients probably a little bit, but we're doing them both. Let's check this out. Seems to be doing well. It's like a slow simmer. There you go, you can check it out. And nothing is sticking, which is great. We're just gonna keep letting this go. And I'm gonna keep it tilted a little bit like I had mentioned. And so next we'll do some strawberries. I really like the diversity of the different colors of berries when I eat oats or millet or any kind of porridgey type thing. I really do like to mix it up with whatever I can. Raspberries would be great in here, although at the store yesterday when I was there, they didn't really have any good looking raspberries, so I got these instead. And they were so yummy that Todd and I were eating a bunch of strawberries right out of the package on our way home because it was close to dinner time and we were hungry. And so anyways, it's a great snack. You know, when I'm at Costco and they have a lot of those sampler people, you know, offering samples, and they have their food court, and they have all the snacks and things you can buy. And so what do I do if I'm hungry? Grab a pack of berries. It's a great idea. So that's what we did, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the green tops off and slice some of these up. Hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I go live or post new videos. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Do you eat millet for breakfast? And you know what? You don't have to eat it only for breakfast. Millet can be eaten any time of the day. It can be used in any kind of baking, you know, like a muffin or any type of anything that you could use oats in. You can use quinoa or millet, and it's just a great substitute or a change, really. So, okay, so we've got some of our berries here. I'm gonna go ahead and slice them up. Okay, so I am going to add these to our bowl of blueberries. So we've got blueberries, we've got strawberries all ready to go. We have the wild berries behind us, and I might even throw in a couple of these blackberries. Don't they look good? Maybe I'll just take, I don't know, a few of those and rinse these off. Whoa, got a runner. All right, and these are pretty big, so I might cut these up too. Just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna put the berries aside here for now. And let's check on the stovetop millet. Seems to be going really well. You wanna make sure your millet is cooked very well. Otherwise, it's like these little hard, crunchy balls, you know, when it's raw. And so it needs a chance to really get soft. One time I made a muffin, a millet muffin. Look at that, just want to show you. And I didn't realize that the directions said to first take the dry millet and grind it up into a flour. And I had just poured it the way it was. And so the muffins came out, but they had these little balls in them. And I thought, oh man, and it was still good, but there is quite a difference depending on what you're doing with it. And if it calls for it to be turned into a flour or, you know, ground up, then, you know, follow directions, I guess. That's what I pretty much am telling myself I should have done. So let's just continue to watch this. We've got a few minutes left on the Instant Pot, and we'll be back to just keep checking on things. And I know I'm gonna maybe pull out some stuff to get my greens together because I need my veggies for breakfast. Okay, so I pulled out some ingredients so I could put together a salad that I can eat with my millet, and I just want to check on this with you. Let's check it. It's starting to really take shape. Look at that, the water. You can see these little tiny circles that are popping up, the air bubbles, and it's just continuing to cook down. Now with the stovetop, if you notice that it doesn't seem to be cooked enough for your liking and the water is almost gone, go ahead and add a little bit more water. You can add a 1/4 cup at a time and just taste it if you need to. And I'm gonna just take a little taste, I guess. That's a good idea here. And I just want to see how the texture is. It's still a little crunchy for me, so I am going to go ahead and add some more water. In a few minutes, if I find that it's still not, soft enough for me, I'll go ahead and add another 1/4 cup, or I could have even done a 1/2 cup. So I don't think you can mess that up. You just got to kind of watch it and make sure that it doesn't completely run out of water, because then you have the opportunity to burn not only the millet, but your pan. So while I'm waiting for that, I think I'm going to go ahead and chop up a small salad with you. I'm kind of laughing at myself because I just said, let's make a small salad. I don't think I've ever been known to eat small salads, but I don't know. So I've got a bowl here. I've got some goodies that I'll just move over here. And I have some locally grown lettuce that I have washed and cleaned and sitting in my container. Look at this. I have some from my garden too that I need to go and get. But for now, I think I'll just start with this. Let me move that. And I'm gonna also turn the stove down because I can really hear it cooking and boiling. The Instant Pot said it's ready, and so I'm just gonna let it sit and natural release for a few minutes, and then I would say that's ready. You could quick release it, but I think that's if you want more of a crunchier texture, and you can just let it sit a little bit. If you like it to be a little softer, that's kind of what I like. I do like it to be a little on the softer side. So there's my easy salad. I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple other things to it. I've got some cucumber here that are washed, these little tiny ones. I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 of those. I've got this pepper I'll put in there, part of a carrot. You know, making salad is just so amazing that you can just use anything you have at any time. I've got some onion, but I think I'm just gonna go with some of the cabbage. And this is pretty much what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna cut these off. Let's get the cucumber sliced up in there. This is green cabbage, and I eat green cabbage raw. I love it in soups and stews. I really love it in stir fries. Maybe not stews, but soups and stir fries and raw in salads. Coleslaw, made whole food plant-based, of course. And so just a little bit of that, just to kind of throw it in there. Gives it a nice, beautiful crunch. Love it. Okay, and put that aside. And then let's go ahead and just slice up a little bit of this carrot that I have left over. And you know what? Let's take a break and check on this. And look at this. This is looking like it absorbed all the water. And let me just take a little taste and see if we need to add more water or if it is good to go. Let's just try a little bit. It's getting there. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. All right, look at that. So we've got a nice salad coming together. And I've got this little mini bell pepper. Looks like it wants to be yellow, but it's not quite yellow. And I'm just gonna quickly cut it. I normally don't cut the tops off like that, but I did today. Give it a nice little color. And we could do a little scallion. Just cut it up a little bit. And then slice, slice, slice. I like to eat mushrooms cooked or steamed. Lately I've been enjoying them steamed with some broccoli and onions, or just lightly sauteed, water sauteed, or even dry sauteed. And I'm thinking of mushrooms because I'm cutting up these scallions. And I usually cook my mushrooms or steam them. I kind of have gotten away from eating them raw. I used to eat them raw, but now I tend to cook them. There we go. All right, look at that, you guys. And we have just a couple other things we can add to the salad. I have this organic, it's watercress. Have you guys ever seen this? I just love it. I don't buy it all the time, but I saw it, and it's pretty nice. It comes with the root, or the whole bottom part still intact from the plant, and I believe you could probably replant that. So I'm just gonna put this part back in the bag, and I'm just gonna cut off some to add to our salad right now. So good. There we go. I'm gonna rinse a zucchini. And I'm just gonna cut a little bit of the zucchini up, tiny bit. I love zucchini. Cooked is really what I love. And when I went to True North for my water fasting, they served raw zucchini. And then I kind of thought, yeah, why wouldn't I eat raw zucchini? And so ever since then, I've been doing that. And if you haven't seen my interview or my video on my stay at True North Health Center, I'll link it, and you can check that out if you're interested. I did a 14-day fast and a 7-day refeed. It was pretty amazing. And so here we've got a little bit of cauliflower that I'm just gonna put on here. Let's use this guy. Save my knife. The blade really needs to be taken care of and not used to scoop things, which I know better. And then lastly, I've got some of these beautiful broccoli shoots, and I've got a little bit of clover sprouts. I do like to sprout my own, but I ran out and these were on sale, and I just didn't want to have them go to waste, so I got these. I don't normally sprout clover. I should look into that. And there we go. So I've got my salad, and if you know me, I do enjoy a dressing, but today it's lemon squeeze time. So I'm gonna just squeeze some lemon right over the top, and this is going to be with my millet. So let's check the millet. Look at that. It's looking really good. And you can tell that it's kind of a softer look to it. That's what I was looking for. That was what I was going for. And I just want to mix and make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. Let me go ahead and taste this. And so steamy. Done. That is great. And it still has a little bit of a crunch or a texture to it, but it's nice and soft. I almost feel like it's like you could call it more of a chewy, and I love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and vent this one. Whoa! And it's almost done. And let's check out this one. I'm gonna unplug it. I always hold it over so any of the condensation can drop in there. Don't forget, with this one, we put a banana in it. Now, you can tell that this is a little drier, right? It doesn't have that, it's holding its shape a little better. So this, I've never made them side by side. I've made them both together. Let's take the lid off so we can see each other, and let's plate these. I'm gonna go ahead and plate the first one using the InstantPot millet, and I'm gonna, because it's got the banana cooked in it, it's already sweet, I'm gonna go ahead and add it into this one. And let's just take a look here. Oh my goodness. And don't forget, this was a cup, so, you know, feel free to eat as much as you want. I usually eat about, well, it depends on how hungry I am, anywhere from half of this to the whole thing. And so let's just stir this up a little bit. I don't want to stir the whole thing up yet because, well, I did leave some in there. I want to look at the two kind of face to face with each other. But I'm taking those wild blueberries that are now thawed out and not cold and just mixing them up. It's turning the millet into this beautiful purple. Don't forget, we've got the banana in here. And then I am going to add some cinnamon. And, you know, I'm a big fan of cinnamon. I really like it. Todd, on the other hand, is not a big fan, so do what makes you happy. And I am just gonna, I think I'll just sprinkle a little bit across there. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Nice. There we go. And then I'm gonna get out the berries, and let's add some strawberries to this, and some of the blackberries and the other type of blueberries. If I can get in there and get them out. There you go, look at that. Wonderful. Nice. And I mean, feel free to eat as many berries as you want. Now, this can be eaten just like it is, but if you want to sweeten it up even more, you can add date syrup, you can add maple syrup, but I think I'm just going to go for it the way it is. And this one didn't have any banana in it. It's just the millet at this point. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. And we can mix it up the same, you know, we can add berries to it. But what I would also like to share with you is that I could even put some fresh turmeric and ground pepper, and I could have had some sauteed vegetables that we talked about, like the mushrooms and onion and garlic, and eat it just like that. And that's something that I might do, actually. But before we taste everything, let's get a little bit of, let's get a little bit of each in a little, one more bowl, I guess. And basically I wanted to just check the texture and the taste of them. So this is the Instant Pot. Pretty darn perfect. I thought it was gonna be more firm than it is. Tastes great. And it does have the sweetness of the banana in it. And this one is the stovetop version. Same. Now you can take either of these and add it into a salad if you want. I originally thought that one of them would be a little bit more like grainier and not porridgey. And so I was thinking that would be the one that I would add into my salad. But you know what? I was wrong. I cooked them 2 different ways and they came out just as good, equally the same in texture. And so I'm gonna go ahead and taste this one because this is what I'm gonna eat today. The berries offered enough sweetness for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eat this. Yum. And to make sure that I don't run out of food, to make sure that I don't run out of space in my tummy, I actually will take another bite of this. I'll start with my salad, and then I'll eat the millet. It's gonna give me the strength and the energy that I need because it's time for me to go work out after breakfast. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you try millet for breakfast. It could be a game changer, and it'll help keep inflammation down. Well, it can. Anyways, it does for me. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.